The shocking viral footage captures BigXThaPlug allegedly blasting his close ally, Z the Wizard, point-blank in the head at a Dallas club on New Year's Day 2026.
They walk up to him. Whatever they asked him, Z the Wizard stole off one of them. Next thing you know, they start fighting. Dude that was with the suspect, he pull out a blick, start shooting at the whole club.
Z the Wizard, freshly signed to Future's Free Band's label, was left fighting for his life after gunmen erupted inside the Pink House Dallas, striking 5 people. Let's break down exactly what went down and why this footage has been exploding across the internet. On New Year's Eve 2025, the Pink House Dallas was hosting its grand opening, an after-hours hotspot near Empire Central and North Stemmons Freeway. The venue had lined up local talent for what promised to be a night to remember. 2 of the biggest draws, BigXThaPlug and Z the Wizard. BigXThaPlug, born Xavier Landum, had spent the last 2 years grinding relentlessly, carving his name into Texas rap history. His hit track Texas went gold, racking up over 330 million streams. By late 2025, he was crossing over with country stars like Luke Combs, Jelly Roll, and Bailey Zimmerman, dropping the genre-blending album I Hope You're Happy, fusing Southern trap grit with Nashville soul. By any measure, he was the hottest rapper to emerge from Dallas in years. Z the Wizard, born Z Curie Cannon Grant Fields, was just 25, raised in Oak Cliff, South Dallas, where survival meant staying sharp. His music journey began after a sports injury crushed his athletic dreams. By late 2024, he was dropping projects like Hood Prophet and bangers like Bossin, 444, and Chevy. His sound was raw motivation, all about grinding, surviving, and building from nothing. By summer 2025, the Dallas Observer had named him one of the top 20 rappers to watch in DFW. In August 2025, Z the Wizard inked a deal with Future's Free Band's label, the kind of bag that signaled a leap from hood fame to mainstream stardom. He already had co-signs from heavyweights like G Herbo and Rod Wave, while Mo3's manager Rainwater praised him as incredibly talented with the potential to dominate the streets. Both Big X and Z were part of what Dallas dubbed the New Dallas Movement, a collective of young artists united under one mission, promoting unity over the usual beef. The movement included names like Zillionaire Doe, Montana 700, and Timothy June, trappers from different hoods, some of which had decades-long rivalries, now linked by ambition and vision.
Wiz one of the ones, you know what I'm saying? He didn't get to talk, my nigga Wiz one of the ones, one of the ones, versatile.
The whole purpose of the New Dallas Movement was crystal clear. Instead of tearing each other down, these rappers had each other's backs. They showed up at each other's shows, amplified each other's music, and moved as a single, unbreakable unit. It was a direct reaction to the chaos that had torn apart the OGs of Dallas rap. Mo3 was shot in 2020. Yellowy faced murder charges linked to Mo3's death. The entire scene had been fractured and divided, but New Dallas was all about rebuilding that unity.
It's really love between these crews. We're really trying to do something new and positive with this new generation.
New Year's Eve, Z the Wizard was set to light up the stage at Pink House Dallas for its grand opening. According to his team, he performed just before midnight, commanding a crowd that even included his own family. After his set, his family left, but Z the Wizard stayed, turning up the energy alongside BigXThaPlug and the rest of his crew. The club was electric, buzzing with pure vibes. Footage from earlier in the night captured both rappers fully in their element, owning the stage and the moment.
As you can see, the caption says BigXThaPlug and Z the Wizard in Dallas for New Year.
Z the Wizard was straight up making it rain, tossing stacks at the dancers, while BigXThaPlug had his own section on lockdown with bottles popping. Shorties were twerking everywhere, the energy insane. By all accounts, the scene looked like a full-on movie. Pure chaos and vibes blended into one unforgettable night.
As you can see, it seemed like a celebratory.
Around 3:45 a.m. on January 1st, 2026, everything spiraled out of control. Dallas police got calls about gunshots in the Pink House parking lot. By the time officers arrived, the scene had mostly cleared, but the aftermath was chilling. 5 people had been struck, one in critical condition. That was Z the Wizard. Family members later told WFAA that Z had been hit multiple times, including one devastating shot to the head. He was rushed to the hospital, immediately placed in critical care. The footage that would soon explode across the internet captured the raw chaos in those moments after the shooting. It showed BigXThaPlug outside the club, visibly shaken, struggling to process what had just happened to his close friend.
So as you heard him say, he said they shot Z in the head. What the?
That clip tore through social media within hours. BigXThaPlug, rocking an orange jacket, leaned against a car in the pink-lit parking lot, the chaos around him surreal. You could hear him say the words everyone would replay endlessly. They shot Z in the head.
That was him on the floor?
I think the last thing you hear him say is that was him.
BigXThaPlug didn't catch a single bullet, but his reaction, the shock, the disbelief, that moment when you realize someone just gunned down your homie became the defining image of the story as it went viral. The rumors started spreading instantly, and family members had to step up fast. Within hours of the shooting, a new kind of chaos erupted online. People on social media were posting that Z the Wizard was dead. The rumor spread like wildfire, racing far ahead of any official word from law enforcement or the hospital. By the morning of January 1st, 2026, RIP posts and tributes flooded X, Instagram, and TikTok. Hundreds were mourning someone who, at that very moment, was still clinging to life. As always, misinformation moved faster than the truth. One unverified claim dropped, others ran with it without checking facts. Blogs and hip-hop pages amplified the story, spinning headlines based on tweets rather than reality. The result? A wave of false reports that Z the Wizard's family had to fight against, all while grappling with the fact that he was on life support. Montana 700, one of Z the Wizard's day ones and a member of the new Dallas squad, was among the first to call out the bogus claims. He posted to his story, thanking fans for their love while setting the record straight.
Thank you to everyone. We appreciate you all the love y'all got for Z. There has been misinformation floating around. As of now, Z is still fighting, praying that he bounces back and on full recovery.
The message was clear. Z the Wizard wasn't dead. He was on life support, fighting for his life. But the damage had already been done. Thousands who saw the first false posts about his death never caught the corrections. By January 3, 2026, WFAA confirmed that Z the Wizard remained in the hospital on life support. His family spoke directly to reporters to set the record straight. According to the report, they were staying hopeful for his recovery while asking for prayers and privacy. The situation at the hospital had grown tense beyond the medical crisis. Dallas PD deployed extra security to manage the crowds that showed up. Random fans, many who had never met Z the Wizard, tried to push their way in. Even extended relatives weren't allowed inside. Police cited safety concerns while detectives continued their investigation, and the family expressed gratitude for the support from Dallas PD, not just for protecting Z, but for helping hospital staff do their jobs without interference. Timothy June, another close new Dallas artist, posted on Instagram urging fans to step back and stop overwhelming the hospital. The message was unanimous from everyone in his circle. Let the doctors do their work, let the family breathe, and stop spreading unverified rumors. If you ain't verified, don't post.
What I'm hearing right now, I'm hearing that he's still in critical condition.
The whole situation exposed just how wild social media gets when shootings hit. Information spread faster than facts. Emotional reactions raced ahead of actual reporting. The same platforms that had helped propel Z the Wizard's music were now fueling false claims about his death, all before his family could even process the reality of what had happened. This wasn't the first time something like this had gone down. Other rappers, other shootings, other tragedies had been twisted online. But the speed at which the Z the Wizard story went from a Dallas club shooting to Rising Star Gone showed just how quickly narratives lock in once the internet catches fire.
I hate when I just hear about a rapper because he got killed.
A lot of people pointed out the twisted irony that countless new listeners were only discovering Z the Wizard's music because of the shooting. His streams likely skyrocketed in the days following January 1st. His name was trending. His tracks were being added to playlists everywhere. But all that attention came at the worst possible time, for the worst possible reason. For his family, it was a battle on two fronts, a medical crisis and a public narrative slipping out of their control. Every hour brought new posts, wild claims, and misinformation, forcing them to constantly correct the record just to confirm that their son, their brother, their homie, was still alive. In the days after the shooting, only immediate family could enter his hospital room. The rapper, who had been on stage hours earlier, making it rain and rocking a crowd that included his own blood, was now surrounded only by his closest people. Meanwhile, thousands of strangers online debated whether he was still breathing. The confusion dragged on for days, yet the family's message remained clear. Z the Wizard was fighting. He wasn't gone, and they demanded that everyone respect that reality. Even as the internet seemed determined to bury him early. What actually happened inside and outside the Pink House Dallas in the early hours of January 1st, 2026, remained murky. Dallas police kept their cards close to the chest, and most of what circulated came from eyewitness accounts that couldn't be verified. Here's what law enforcement confirmed, what witnesses claimed, and where the story still had gaps. According to the Dallas Police Department, officers responded to reports of gunfire at the Pink House around 3:45 a.m. When they arrived, the scene had already cleared. The shooting had ended before law enforcement even got there. 5 people were struck. 1. In critical condition was Z the Wizard. Police said the shooting stemmed from an altercation, but provided no details about the beef, the individuals involved, or what triggered the violence. No suspects were named, no confirmation on whether any victims were targeted, and no motive was confirmed. Eyewitness accounts shared on social media and YouTube painted a wilder picture, but none of it could be verified. The line between fact and rumor blurred fast, leaving the public guessing while Z the Wizard fought for his life behind closed doors.
They walk up to him. Whatever they asked him, Z the Wizard stole off one of them. Next thing you know, they start fighting. Dude that was with the suspect, he pulled out a blick, start shooting at the whole club.
According to eyewitness accounts, some individual or group approached Z the Wizard. Words were exchanged, tensions flared, and soon hands started flying. Then, someone pulled out a gun and opened fire. The stories didn't match on the details. Some claimed Z the Wizard struck first, while others said he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time when the shooters unleashed their weapons.
I heard crossfire, then I heard he got into an altercation. He was arguing with some guys. 4 of his friends got guns from the car, 2 pistols and 2 ARs.
Some reports claimed the shooters ran back to their car to grab extra hardware to handguns, to ARs, then came back and opened fire on people fleeing. Another version suggested someone from Z the Wizard's crew fired back, and that the headshot might have been friendly fire. But that story doesn't hold. Z the Wizard was hit multiple times. One accidental shot doesn't add up when the evidence shows otherwise. The venue itself became part of the conversation. Pink House Dallas was brand new, so new that New Year's Eve was literally its first night open. The timing couldn't have been worse, a grand opening that ended with shell casings and crime scene tape. People immediately questioned the club's security. How did weapons get in? Who was patting people down? What protocols existed when things got heated? Controversy only grew when the club posted about how much their dancers made that night. Celebrating the bag while one performer lay in critical condition was widely criticized as disrespectful. As for BigXThaPlug, multiple witnesses confirmed he was in the building when the shots rang out. He ducked behind the bar as the shooters unleashed chaos, staying low until someone gave him the all-clear. Speculation swirled that he could have been the actual target. His name carried more weight than Z the Wizard's, but nothing was confirmed. The scene remained a blur of panic. Multiple people hit, shooters disappearing before police even arrived, and the most critical victim being a 25-year-old artist just starting his breakthrough year. The shooting didn't happen in a vacuum. Dallas has a history of its music scene colliding with violence. Mo3's 2020 murder and the fallout with Yellowy split the community, leaving scars that the new Dallas movement sought to heal. This new wave, featuring Z the Wizard, Zillionaire Doe, Montana 700, and others aim to unify young artists across neighborhoods, leaving old beef behind. But skeptics pointed out Dallas's culture of division, pride, and internal beef, arguing that the new Dallas movement faced an uphill battle. Music executive Torrance Burnett weighed in. Senseless killings of young people in hip-hop aren't new. But why do we demand rappers live what they rap about? Actors play roles. But in hip-hop, authenticity can kill. You can't just enjoy the art. The streets don't check your intentions. Z the Wizard wasn't living a dangerous lifestyle for show. His music promoted grind, mentorship, and community. But the streets don't care about intent. One wrong place, one wrong time, and everything can end. Career, life, future. Commentators concluded that the smartest move for an artist is to leave their hometown. History follows you. Success breeds envy. Comfort can lead to fatal slips. In the days after the shooting, the conversation shifted. Z the Wizard remained on life support. Family held firm, hopeful but demanding privacy. Dallas PD managed hospital security, keeping fans and even extended relatives away. BigXThaPlug, visibly shaken from watching his day one catch bullets, stayed quiet publicly, letting the viral footage of his reaction speak. That clip, raw grief, shock, disbelief, became the image defining the night. The investigation yielded no immediate arrests. The shooting stemmed from an altercation, but details remain murky. For the new Dallas movement, it was a test of everything they stood for: unity, collaboration, and rising above the violence that had destroyed the previous generation. Z the Wizard taking those shots, regardless of the motive, forced hard questions. Could the movement survive? Could positivity withstand the reality of the streets? Whether random or targeted, the violence reminded everyone of the stakes. The hip-hop community responded predictably: calls for peace, grief, scrutiny of venue security, and reflection on the risks inherent in the life. Torrance Burnett summed it up: pursuing the rap dream requires clarity, strategy, and survival instincts. Z the Wizard had the talent, the major label deal, and the trajectory to lift his family out of struggle. The shooting interrupted all of that at its peak. BigXThaPlug emerged unscathed, but visibly shaken. His career built on authenticity now carried the weight of witnessing a friend nearly taken by the streets. Questions lingered. Would Z the Wizard recover? Would the shooters face justice? Could the new Dallas movement endure? No easy answers existed. What remained was the footage. BigXThaPlug outside the Pink House in the early hours, processing the reality of a friend being shot in the head. They shot Z in the head, he said. That clip, more than any report or analysis, captured the raw reality. A celebration turned gunfire, a rising artist fighting for life, and a community holding its breath as the story spread across the internet. For Z the Wizard in his hospital bed, for his family, and for BigXThaPlug, the viral moment wasn't content, it was life itself. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Stay updated on every twist in this real-life rap saga. The streets of Dallas just reminded the world: fame, loyalty, and grind can't always shield you from the unexpected. Rapscope X breaks it all down. Don't miss a second. They shot Z in the head. But the story ain't over. Watch now and share. The streets are talking. Rapscope X is listening.